Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, first of all, I would like to thank you for giving me permission to present my presentation in front of you. My name is Anamika Nishat, ID 2020111016, and I am pursuing LLB honors in the second semester of the Green University of Bangladesh. This presentation is presenting for our Honorable Ma'am Mirza Farjana Iqbal Chaudhuri, Assistant Professor, Department of Law, Green University of Bangladesh. I would like to talk to you today about extrajudicial killing in Bangladesh. The aim is today to give some background about extrajudicial killing in Bangladesh. First, I'll give you a brief and basic idea about extrajudicial killing in the introductory part and also in what is called extrajudicial killing part. Second, I'll discuss some legal aspect of extrajudicial killing under the legal aspect of extrajudicial killing part. Third, I'll discuss crossfire and its legal aspect under crossfire in the name of extrajudicial killing part. Then, I'll discuss impact of extrajudicial killing and few cases of extrajudicial killing in Bangladesh. And then, I'll discuss people's reaction on extrajudicial killing and what kinds of steps government can take to prevent extrajudicial killing in Bangladesh. And finally, I'll close my presentation by giving you a brief description on the whole presentation topic. Now, here's the introduction. Bangladesh is a peaceful democratic country. In Bangladesh, everyone has right to life and liberty which is guaranteed by the constitution, but due to arbitrary arrest and custodial death by law enforcement agencies creates the threat to right to life and liberty. Extrajudicial killing in Bangladesh is increasing day by day. It is one kind of offense. Extrajudicial killing weakens the state and induces lawlessness among the otherwise law-abiding citizens. It is a direct threat to human rights. A lot of people are being killed by the law enforcement agencies. We see a lot of incidents addressing the extrajudicial killing every day when look at the newspaper. Now, I'll tell you about the extrajudicial killing. An extrajudicial killing is the killing of a person by governmental authorities without the sanction of any judicial proceeding or legal process. Extrajudicial punishments are mostly seen by humanity to be unethical since they bypass the due process of the legal jurisdiction in which they occur. Extrajudicial killings often target leading political, trade union, dissident, religious, and social figures and may be carried out by the state government or other state authorities like the armed forces and police. Extrajudicial killings are those that are not committed by orders of a judiciary or court under laws of the land. They include execution or killings by law enforcing agencies or deaths in custody. Any deaths that are not executed by the order of judiciary in accordance with laws and designed as extrajudicial killings and they are constitutionally illegal or they violate the fundamental rights to life guaranteed by the Constitution. Now, I'll share with you the legal aspect of extrajudicial killing. Extrajudicial killing is defined as a deliberate killing not authorized by previous judgment pronounced by a regularly constituted court affording all the judicial guarantees which are recognized as displayable by seizable people. In the beginning of the extrajudicial killing, it works well, but day by day it being away from its mission and sometimes motivated by the government. Here's explain some laws which make this killing lawful. Number 1. Right of private defense. Number 2. Section 54 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Number 3. Section 86 of the Dhaka Metropolitan Police Ordinance. And number 4. Special Powers Act 1974. Now, I'll tell you about the crossfire in the name of extrajudicial killing. Extrajudicial killing has been made an integral part of the law enforcement system of Bangladesh for many years. The ongoing trend of extrajudicial killing has few different methods of which killing criminal suspects which point-blank gunshots and publicizing stories of so-called crossfire on encounter, with few other synonyms like gunfight in the line of fire. The government justifies the killing by using the term crossfire, which is refers to gunfights between any alleged criminal group or hardened criminals on the rap or police. The term death is an encounter is used in the countries to mean the something, but the term crossfire is preferred by the law enforcement agencies in Bangladesh. The sinister connotation association with the word demonstrates the utter powerless, often the people facing extrajudicial killings that are taking place in Bangladesh. Now I'll tell you about legal aspect of crossfire. According to the Bangladesh Penal Code Section 96 to 106 as right of private defense, every person has the right to private defense to protect his life and properties and other life and properties. In this regards, a person can cause death or any other harm to the assailant under some certain conditions, and law enforcing agencies do crossfire in exercise of their right of private defense. After each incident, an executive inquiry and a judicial inquiry are conducted to find out whether it's justified or any foul play is committed. Now, I'll give you a brief and basic idea about the impact of extrajudicial killing in Bangladesh. The positive impacts are to reduction of huge case load in court system, to avoid lengthy trial process, inmates cause jail overcrowding, establish proper business and trade environment. Criminal and serial criminal are eliminated from the society. On the point of law enforcement agencies, crossfire is type of extrajudicial killing but not a type of unlawful killing. And the negative aspects are all positive impacts are demolished by the conditions, increasing custodial torture, increasing disappearance, demonizing the faith of people. It violated the human rights. Crossfire is one of the retributive punishment it has chance to misuse. It accrued on personal benefits. It is totally violation of law and also cause crime. Now, I'll share with you some circumstances of extrajudicial killing in Bangladesh. Here we can see in 2040 the number was 158. In 2015 it increased in 192. In 2016 it was 195. In 2017 we can see here that it was 162. In 2018 we can see it increased mostly and highly level it was 466. And 2009 though it decreased but the number was not small too, it was so enough that it was 309. Now I'll tell you about case of extrajudicial killing. The case was about Bablu Mia, who was 26 years old. We did not see anything. They called me, took me with them to the location around 5:30 a.m. and asked me to witness that they were taking from there. I saw a motorbike and nothing else. Bablu Mia's brother Tariq told Amnesty International that on the night of his disappearance he received a call from him around 9 p.m. asking for directions to visit a relative's house. Tariq advising Bablu Mia not to travel at that hour because he would have difficulty finding transport. According to his brother, Bablu Mia and his nephew Shiraz still traveled. Tariq says Shiraz told him that on the way, some people identifying themselves as members of the RAB stopped them and dragged them into their vehicle. Shiraz told Tariq that the RAB members beat him, but that they later released him while detaining Bablu Mia. Tariq told Amnesty International that Bablu Mia was previously denied a couple of times by law enforcement agencies in relation to drug-related offense and was released after paying bribes. Tariq 2 days later, Tariq says he visited the abduction site and searched for Bablu Mia. The victim's brother did not explain to Amnesty why they did not lodge a police complaint immediately. 43 days after Bablu Mia's disappearance, the RAF said he killed in a gunfight in location. Really, a family member who received Bablu Mia's body from the morgue shared with Amnesty International that he saw that a less served the bullet wounds on his body, two shots each on his side, on his chest, and one on his back, one on the head, and one on his abdomen. Amnesty International spoke to witnesses who testified that it was Bablu Mia. Now, I'll share you the people's response to extrajudicial killing. Extrajudicial killing or killing without the due process of law is a popular term. In the ongoing debate, this type of killing, mostly by members of law enforcing agencies in the legal protests nationally and internationally, or grounds of violation of human rights. Most of the people, such as victims' family members, civil societies, lawyers, and human rights activists, and raised against extrajudicials. Ex- Several times, human rights activists or civil societies observe human chain to protest extrajudicial killings by law enforcement agencies. Now, I'll tell you the government can take these steps. Independent judicial inquiries in these killings should be carried out. Government should always follow the legal rules or due judicial process. Ensure the right of every individual to a fair trial. Government should always follow the constitution and never violate these. Government also follow the instruction of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and other organizations which are working for human rights. Government must also establish an effective mechanism whereby victims and their families can lodge complaints regarding these killings. Government needs to establish a special and independent agency designed solely for the purpose of investigating these cases of extrajudicial killings. Full punishment must be laid against them if it is found that they are guilty of such deaths. Compensation should be provided to the victim's family and giving proper security of the normal life. Now, I'll give you a brief and basic description. Now, I'll give you a brief description for the whole. Now, I will give you a brief description over the whole presentation. Conclusion is extrajudicial killings under the pretext of crossfire shootings must not be tolerated. The law enforcement agencies must be aware of this in informed that they will be careful for any future conduct on this nature. As they for those killings they have already occurred, the government must ensure that an independent agencies investigates their matter, allowing local police and or army branches to investigate these cases would prevent any form of impartiality in the investigations. Everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person in our Constitution. Extrajudicial killings continue even in violation of High Court ruling. It's very alarming for human